Hello there. So going through this second case of figures and reviewing them, I'm going to start with the IG-11 VC206 here. But one thing I do want to point out is a lot of people have reported on this already. Let me see if I can get this in the frame here. But this one actually did come by air, as opposed to others which are shipped over by ship. So I guess with the recent issues at the ports, Hasbro decided to go by air freight, which is awesome because these actually came in. And honestly, it was kind of crazy. It was like the day I went and got the Antok-Merrick X-Wing. While I was waiting for them to get it out of the store, find it in the storeroom, I actually got this guy off the he was on the pegs, so I actually got one kind of early. So I've really gotten a chance to look at this guy to do a review, and all I can say is, wow, it's just such an awesome figure, this IG-11. So let's start with the card, as we usually do. This one actually has a little bit of a crease in it. I bought the case, and then I bought 2 more of these because I knew I was going to use them in a lot of different displays. So then we have the Star Wars Mandalorian IG-11 there, and he looks great on the card. That's a great image. I know it's just taken right from the pilot episode there, so that's great. So like I said, in the back, he's VC206, and there's a picture of the wave. Most of the wave, yeah, we have the ones that come in this case there's one Tebow. That was the other one. I found another Tebow, so I got 2, so I can use the 2 different headrests, which I'll talk about when I do that review. The Lando, excuse me, and IG-11, and the VC200 Emperor, and so we'll get to him soon. And so another excellent figure here, and so looking at the figure himself out of the package here, I know it's been said by other reviewers and is great, it bears me repeating, is the joints here in the elbow. I mean, this is very thin. I mean, you look at his arm, it's very thin, and sometimes these joints are really stiff. So one thing I was able, because this guy moves just fine. After you move it a little bit, he's fine. But what I did to get it moving, if it feels a little stiff, what I did was I just took my nail here and I very slowly, very carefully moved it up. If you don't want to do the, there's like I guess you can put it under a hair dryer for a little bit, or put it in like warm water or boiling water. If you don't want to do that, if you just take your time and just be patient and just move it slowly, find a way to, like I said, I just took it, I put my nail there, and then I just very slowly got it moving. And once it starts moving, it's fine. At least that's my thing. Okay, so let's start with the head. So the head does swivel at the neck, but it also has these 2 little eye things that swivel, and they do a 360. And they are independent of each other. And I think that's just brilliant. So when he's got this really cool bandolier, which we'll talk about the sculpt, let's just keep going here. So he's got these neat little ball hands. It's a ball joint on a swivel, which is awesome for posability, and it goes 360, and this comes all the way up. It's really great. And then he's got a swivel wrist, and when you look at the hand, actually I'll just use one of the carded ones. You look at his hands there, they're really cool, and they hold the weapons. Like I said, I think they did this because, like, looking at my IG-88, and I'll probably grab them in just a second and do a compare, but he really, like, that one has trouble holding. He'll drop his weapons a lot. It was the same with the vintage, so, but yeah, he holds it really well. It does stay in there very well. Okay, so back onto the articulation. There is a swivel in the torso there, and then you have some more ball hinged hips, which is great. You can see for posability, like I've got him on the speeder bike with Grogu there. There is a swivel here at the thigh. Then you have another ball hinged knee, and that also swivels. And then you have, it's just regular swivel on the foot. So, no rock or anything. It, honestly, doesn't need it. It's okay. I really like this guy. So let's look at the sculpt there. Look at that head. That's really kind of cool. Eyes that swivel around, but yeah, he looks really good at the head there. So then you have this bandolier, which I guess could come off. I'm not going to take it off, but I'm just move it so you can look under here. There's a lot of great sculpting on this guy. So I think the only thing I think would be cool, that would make this thing absolutely perfect and the best figure in the vintage collection, is if there was a little door here that opened that had a thermal detonator in it, so you can initiate self-destruct mode. But it's not, and again, doesn't need it. That would just have been over the top cool. So you got all this here. This looks like more mechanism stuff there, and the legs are really well sculpted, and the colors differences there, and the joints in the knee are really awesome. So, oh yeah, I forgot, this does swivel. And so yeah, the legs there and the feet are really cool. Look on the back here too, a lot of extra pieces and mechanical stuff that I like. So he's a really great figure. And so yeah, I mean, you can get him in just about any pose you saw him in the show. And like I said here, yeah, he's fantastic. It's very stable standing too. I mean, the way his feet are, so that's great. I don't know if you saw like my sometimes it's just tough putting him in like a really like aggressive stance. It's kind of hard to get that balance, but I mean, with the joints and everything on that one, it's great. But this one is really not bad at all. The point where I got him sitting on the speeder bike. I wish I had like a little backpack for him to put him on there, and that would have been even better. But I think I might actually display him like this in one iteration. I've got, like I said, I've got a bunch here because I'm going to do a bunch of different things with them. And then, but like, yeah, using the hands here, I was able to have him hold on to the handlebars really well. And so that's great. I mean, the posability on this guy is just absolutely amazing. And the fact that I can get him to do this, actually, it might be more stable. I have him hook on there like that. Yeah, that's even better now. He's not moving. That's great, man. Yeah, I haven't figured out a way to get him to hold a scout trooper by the head so he can bash him into the side of this speeder bike yet. So, but give me time. I'll figure that out. Let me pause here for just a second. I'll cut away. Excuse me. Cut away, and I'll grab my vintage collection IG-11, and we'll compare those two. So give me just 1 second here. Okay, so here I have my vintage collection IG-11. I think he came out as a previous iteration of him, which is probably where he came from. I don't remember. But anyway, I looking at these guys. I mean, I'll bring him up. I mean, this guy also, I mean, there's incredible detail on him. But, it's just a swivel head so the little eye pieces don't move. And that's fine with this, although, and he's got swivel shoulders. That's a cool detail in there. A little more because his bandolier is a lot smaller or thinner. Swivel hip joints. Or as I said about them dropping their blasters at the drop of a hat there. But yeah, swivel hips. Got a ball hinged knees and a swivel. Similar joint, same joint at the ankle there, which is great. Put him in like that, like he's supposed to be. But okay, so, and then back here he's got his a melee weapon. He's got a holster. And, oh yeah, then this detachable leg here. So, yeah, there's a holster. I might actually put the blaster in the holster. I'm going to hold one. But, yeah, so, yeah, I mean, he's also got a lot of great detail. But now it's like after looking at this IG-11, it's like, man, I want an IG-88 with the same articulation, even though he just stands there. But again, I know it's a fine figure. I mean, you can look at them together. There's a lot of similarities. So I definitely, they definitely, I mean, just like the show, they took a lot of inspiration from him and the figure here. So you can see they're very, very similar. And I'll tell you one thing, I thought it would have been, after first watching the show, and, the first episode of the show, and I didn't expect Din Djarin to shoot IG-11 and take him out like he did. So I didn't think we'd see, did not see him again until the end of the end of the season, the way they did it, which was great. I loved how they did it, but I thought it would have been kind of funny. I made a bad prediction because it obviously didn't come true, but I thought it would have been funny is if, because like in the EU and stuff with IG-88 was like, he was like a hive mind droid. So it was like you destroy one and its consciousness was downloaded into another unit. And I thought it would have been a similar thing with taking that, IG-11 could be the same thing. And it was like every episode, the Mandalorian is shooting this droid and just destroying it. It would have been kind of funny, but I like what we got. It was really great. Especially like when you get to season 2 and there's the episode where he returns to Navarro, and which I mean was probably one of the better episodes of the season. And when they're walking through Navarro, and you see they made a statue to IG-11 because for his heroism in saving them. I thought that was really kind of cool. So, but again, I got to admit, I've kind of looked at the other figures in this wave. I haven't opened the Emperor yet. I haven't opened the Tebow yet, but I will before I do the review. But I did open one of the Landos, and wow, I mean, this wave is just so great by looking at it. But this guy's really a standout so far. I just think he's probably one of the best of the wave. It'd be really kind of hard to top him. So it's a great figure, and I was just thrilled to find him on a peg in a store, and then have a whole case of them. So I have, the 2 that come in the case, the 1 that I bought in the store, and then the 2 others I bought. So I got 5 of them, and so I'm going to find some unique ways to display this guy when I'm working on I'm going to probably just do a straight up Mandalorian display shelf with the Razor Crest and that new the Navarro playset that's coming out. That looks fantastic. I mean, there's a lot of great stuff here, and I'll also find a way to incorporate all my loose retro vintage Mandalorian figures in there. So it's going to be a lot of fun trying to figure that one out. Of course, also trying to find where I'm going to put it in here. That's going to be another challenge, but a fun one. So, but that's it for now. This is, well, I guess I didn't really look at the weapons, did I? He's got really good weapons. Very similar. Compare him to, I mean, the blaster he's got here is a little smaller than IG-88s. This IG-88s here, this IG-11s. And the plastic is pretty thin. This is a lot stiffer plastic. This seems to be the way weapons are going now, so I'm not really going to complain. He's also got his E11 here. A lot of neat thing. This one, yeah, it's still kind of a looser plastic. It's got to be some sort of safety thing for kids, because how many kids are buying these things. I don't know, like my kids have no interest in action figures, but man, Legos all day. But anyway, that's a whole nother topic. But yeah, great figure. Like I said, it's right now, you know, I don't see it changing after looking at these figures. But man, this guy is the star of the wave. You know, and he's probably, I mean, put him up against any of the other 200 plus figures in the vintage collection as a whole, and he is really standing out. And so yeah, I like it. So anyway, that should do it for now. Thank you so much for watching, as always. If you are a subscriber already, thank you so much. I do really appreciate it. If you like this video, and if you made it this far, I mean, chances are you did. So why don't you leave a like, give me a comment down below if you found this guy yet. Are you still looking? If you do have him, what do you think of him? Did I miss anything? You know, let's start a conversation in the comments. I always love that. I love engagement, you know. And honestly, if one person watches this video and gets something out of it, I'm happy. But you know, if you're not a subscriber, consider it. Other than that, that should do it for now. And until next time, this is the way.
Remember, the Force will be with you always. The Force will be with you.